Qualify, Level 5 Diploma in Business Management. Unit Bus 2.3, Business Development. Unit Code, D/507/1614. Unit Introduction. The unit will allow for learners to focus on refining an idea, research, and presenting the plan. All learners will be involved with refining the idea, and individual learners will be responsible for doing market research, building a final plan, and creating an operational plan. The aim of this unit is to provide the learner with the knowledge and skills to research a market and plan a development strategy, such as the launch of a new business model, new enterprise, product, or service line. Learners will need to fully develop and pitch their business development strategy. Learning outcomes. LO 1. Analyze the role that planning has in developing new business streams. LO 2. Conduct research into demand and assess market potential. LO 3. Prepare a business model and present a business sales plan. Learning outcome 1. Analyze the role that planning has in developing new business streams. Key lesson objectives. Introduction to organizational planning. Discuss business planning and integrated business planning. Introduction to strategic planning. TWO's matrix. Introduction to organizational planning. Planning is the function of management that involves setting objectives and determining a course of action for achieving those objectives. Planning requires that managers be aware of environmental conditions facing their organization and forecast future conditions. Planning is a process consisting of several steps. The process begins with environmental scanning, which simply means that the managers should be well aware of the critical contingencies facing their organization in terms of economic conditions, their competitors, and their customers. Planners must then attempt to forecast future conditions. These forecasts form the basis for planning. Ellis, 2014. Introduction to Organizational Planning. Ellis, 2014. Have also explained there are many different types of plans and planning. Strategic planning involves analyzing competitive opportunities and threats, as well as the strengths and weaknesses of the organization, and then determining how to position the organization to compete effectively in their environment. Strategic planning has a long time frame, often 3 years or more. Strategic planning generally includes the entire organization and includes formulation of objectives. Strategic planning is often based on the organization's mission, which is its fundamental reason for existence. An organization's top management most often conducts strategic planning. Tactical planning is intermediate range, 1 to 3 years, planning that is designed to develop relatively concrete and specific means to implement the strategic plan. Middle-level managers often engage in tactical planning. Operational planning generally assumes the existence of organization-wide or subunit goals and objectives and specifies ways to achieve them. Operational planning is short-range, less than a year, planning that is designed to develop specific action steps that support the strategic and tactical plans. Business planning. Business planning is the key to getting things done and making things happen. It is necessary for success. A well-thought-out business plan increases the chances of a business succeeding. The purpose of a business plan is to capture market and business information in one place, match the paths of personal business plans and objectives, and act as a communication tool between the business and personal and business stakeholders and advisors. What is really important is that businesses largely develop their own plan. Who plans the plan, should work the plan. Programs can be undertaken as whole business plan development program, or we can take a part of the business planning process and develop a program for marketing plan, finance plan, operations plan, risk management plan, human resources plan, succession plan. Integrated business planning. There is a misconception out there that business planning solutions are only for the finance team. While it's true that finance professionals depend on their planning applications for budgeting, forecasting and analysis, the same powerful solutions can be extremely useful in many other areas of the business. Operations, sales, marketing, human resources, and other departments and disciplines all have a need for fast, flexible planning and analysis. And all of them can use the same tools to provide insight and manage performance. When people in one part of the organization see how their decisions affect other parts of the organization, all of the organization's activities will be better coordinated. It enables companies to maximize their output by linking strategic plans with sales, operational, and financial plans, giving greater visibility of the relationships between resources, capabilities, and results. The organization can use integrated business plan to collectively produce an agreed go-to-market plan, to which every department has contributed. Operations. The term operations covers an enormous range of business activities. But one that's almost universal is supply chain management. Efficient supply chain management is crucial to running any business cost-effectively. The complexity of today's global supplier networks increases the need to understand all the linkages in the supply chain and mitigate risk by preparing alternatives, should the supply of a critical item be cut off for whatever reason. Modern business planning solutions can help you do that. These solutions enable you to answer questions concerning capacity planning and inventory planning, identify supply chain business drivers and understand buying patterns based on item and vendor, price/quality balance and more. Spend analysis, for example, helps ensure that the business is sourcing goods cost-effectively while maximizing supplier quality and reliability. Human resources, HR. Human resources, HR, management involves hiring, training, managing headcount, staffing for growth and expansion and monitoring employee performance. Departmental workforce decisions need to be aligned with the short and long-term needs of the organization and coordinated with production and output targets. And, of course, all of these decisions are constrained by budgets. With the help of planning solutions, salary and benefits, as well as merit and bonus decisions and complex fixed and variable compensation plans, can be managed at the employee or group level for any industry or company, even those spread over multiple countries. In addition, external data can help the HR team make sure that compensation is competitive. Marketing. Marketing organizations face multiple challenges in connecting their investments with sales results, and in simply proving the value of marketing activities to the organization. Using manual processes, they often struggle to get a clear view of how marketing activities affect one another, how the combination of marketing and sales touches moves a lead through the buyer journey, and how marketing helps achieve overall financial and business goals. Business planning solutions can be an invaluable aid in promotion planning, funnel analysis, and the alignment of campaigns and programs with sales targets. To maximize the ROI of marketing spend, planning solutions can link marketing programs with customer and product profitability to make sure that marketing efforts are directed toward the most profitable products and the best customers. They can use campaign scorecards to deliver timely and meaningful insights on marketing programs to key stakeholders. Finance. Financial planning is managing your finances over time in such a way that you can meet your business needs. Strategic planning is the process of determining the direction your company will take, the goals you have for the business, and how to achieve what you want. Ideally, strategic and financial planning always are intertwined in a business, working together in a cyclic way. Any change to your budget necessitates a re-evaluation of the current strategy in place. Sometimes budget changes are significant enough that you have to change what you are doing managerially. If you want to change your strategy, you must first confirm you have the money to do so or how you will get it. Sales. If its role is a balancing act, the sales team has a more singular focus: closing deals. In order to accomplish this most basic of business functions, the sales team needs a holistic view of past performance and current market conditions to use in sales forecasting, territory planning, quota planning, and more. Planning solutions can provide that holistic view. With spreadsheets and legacy systems, it's often difficult to provide the data and insight needed with regard to opportunities, leads, and pipeline. but modern planning solutions enable sales organizations to consolidate historical data with real-time data inputs from the field. They can connect sales forecasts with operational tactics and marketing and financial plans to respond to market opportunities and threats. Strategic planning. Strategy is a long-term direction or scope of an organization designed to achieve a vision. Johnson and Scholes define corporate strategy as the direction and scope of an organization, which achieves advantage for the organization through its configuration of resources within a challenging and dynamic environment, to meet the needs of markets and to fulfill stakeholder expectations over the long term. Strategic planning is a long-term planning and is also known as corporate planning. Characteristics of strategic planning are as follows. All stakeholders of the organization are considered. It gives direction to the whole organization and synchronizes its activities. It also looks at how to gain a sustainable competitive advantage. It considers the internal as well as external environment. It relates to the organization, its resources, and competences to its environment. Advantages of strategic planning. It improves the organization's bond with the environment. It helps the organization to look ahead. It allows maximum utilization of scarce resources. It provides a strategic direction for business operations. It monitors progress. It ensures value creation, by minimizing risk and exploiting opportunities. Disadvantages of strategic planning. Possibility of developing bureaucracy. Less relevance in a crisis. Strategic planning is important when there is a high capital expenditure going to be incurred. There are long lead times. Many stakeholders are affected. The business needs to be turned around. The business is looking for new acquisitions or expansions, etc. Strategic planning model. There are various models of strategic planning used from the 1950s, which was the time strategic planning originated. Though they gained great popularity from 1950–1970, which was the time strategic planning was identified as a panacea, certain models were cast aside as they could not produce the expected business returns. One of the models presented on Strategic Management by Fred R. David, 2009, can be presented as follows. This model depicts the relationships among the major components of the strategic management process. Strategic management process is dynamic and continuous. As it is a process connected as a change in any one of the major steps in the process will automatically create a need for change in any or all of the other steps. This process is actually a cyclical process and therefore a clear start or ending cannot be observed in reality. Though the model shows clearly defined stages, we should understand that in reality these steps may have to be performed simultaneously. As such, good communication and feedback is necessary among all the managers in the organizational hierarchy to achieve successful strategic management and planning. TOWS Matrix. A TOWS matrix illustrates how the external opportunities and threats facing a particular corporation can be matched with that company's internal strengths and weaknesses to result in 4 sets of possible strategic alternatives. A TOWS analysis involves the same basic process of listing strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats as a SWOT analysis, but with the TOWS analysis, threats and opportunities are examined first and weaknesses and strengths are examined last. TOWS analysis is a useful brainstorming tool for strategic managers to create various growth and retrenchment strategies for the organization as a whole or specific SBUs. For example, SO strategies pursue opportunities that fit well with the company's strengths. WO strategies overcome weaknesses to pursue opportunities. ST strategies identify ways that the firm can use its strengths to reduce its vulnerability to external threats. WT strategies make a defensive plan to prevent the firm's weaknesses from making it susceptible to external threats. Johnson, Scholes, and Whittington, 2008. A TOES analysis enables an organization to match its internal strengths and external opportunities, so, to develop maxi strategies, those with the greatest potential for success. For example, strengths such as high brand recognition or customer loyalty could be combined with the opportunity to launch a new product or service. At the other extreme, it highlights the organization's vulnerability to threats based on its weaknesses and facilitates the development of strategies that minimize these and avoid threats. WT, many strategies. For example, such strategies could include developing strategic alliances, or a more drastic strategy could be to withdraw from a specific market altogether. In between, many maxi, WO, and maxi many strategies, ST, are designed to strengthen weaknesses, utilizing opportunities, and minimize threats, utilizing strengths. An example many maxi strategy, WO, is that an organization may have identified an opportunity to outsource some aspects of its business operations, overcoming the weakness of lack of specific skills within the organization. It's important to remember that a TOES analysis will not point to which specific strategy to adopt, but it does focus attention the areas where action is required, and given some indication of the nature of that action. TOES matrix starts with an external environment analysis. The threats and opportunities are examined first. From that standpoint, an organization gets a clear picture of its environment and the opportunity to think about strategy and what direction the company will go in. Next, the company's strengths and weaknesses are considered, what it's good at internally and what it's not so good at. The external analysis is linked to the analysis, and the resulting TOES matrix can help an organization to make decisions better, seize opportunities, and protect itself better against threats. The TOES matrix is not just meant for the highest levels of management in an organization. It can be a very useful tool for departments, i.e. a marketing or sales team, or for individual employees on an operational level. Once its employees or a department's strengths are known, these can be improved further to become even better. The TOES matrix emphasizes the external environment. Oxford College of Business, 2020, explained that TOES analysis will look to match internal factors to external factors to help identify relevant strategic options that an organization could pursue. It can help an organization to see how it can take advantage of opportunities, reduce threats, overcome weaknesses, and exploit any strengths. A TOES is a commonly used strategic planning tool and can add real value to an organization, helping to take strategic planning one step further. Below is an example TOES matrix. Lesson summary. In this lesson we have discussed about the basics of planning and then moved to business planning. Further, you have been able to identify the concept of integrated business planning and planning links between marketing, finance, HR, and operations finally. Then, TOES matrix has been discussed and how it could be used to identify a response to a future opportunity or threat. Learning outcome 1, practice question. In order to recap this lesson, attempt the following tasks. Select an organization which you are familiar with, in order to attempt the following task. Please make sure that information about the organization is accessible and easily available. 1. Conduct an analysis for the chosen organization with the use of the TOES matrix and identify the strategies related to each area. Ideally there should be 4 strategies.